Okay guys, here is probably a last update on this truck here. I'm going to go through a couple things. This might be a little bit longer than normal, but I'll start here. So the IceCo is, it's been running for about 5 days. It's been doing great. I did run it on max, which was kind of running the battery low a little bit, both batteries. But I turned it down to eco mode, and then I turned the freezer part up. And it works fine. Everything's great. It's, I come out in the morning before the sun comes up, and it's about still like 12.8 volts. So it works great. And this is the cover I was telling you guys about before. This just unzips here, and then you can get underneath. But it's nice because I took the truck for a drive, and the armrest is actually, it's kind of like is almost as high as the window there. It's like similar, close, but it's higher than the factory armrest, and it's actually really comfortable. So I had a couple things. I made the other video on that heater control valve down there. Just odds and ends. I've been done with it, but it's just little things to do. Coming around over here, I just put a little like lawnmower engine filter on there, so the fuel won't splash out, and to keep things from going inside, any kind of debris. So over here I've got this is where the diesel heater plugs in. Back here there's actually a couple, I don't know if you can see back in there. So anyways, there's a couple screw connectors right here, and I just went off here, and then I did a quick disconnect so that I can quickly disconnect it if I want to take the camper off. And then down here, you can't really see. Yeah, there you go. So right down over here, there's another quick disconnect. So, and this one is for the solar system inside the cab. So this runs to the charge controller. So if I disconnect this one to remove the truck from the cab, or the camper from the bed, then what I can do is I can plug in a solar panel and just lay it in the bed, strap it down in the bed, and then I can still run the freezer inside the camper, or I'm sorry, the truck. These heavier gauge wires, these have Anderson connectors. So these connect, and then these are the ones I have a switch inside that ties all the batteries together. So, if I need to, if I'm running low on one end or the other, the cab of the truck or the camper, I can go ahead and make those adjustments. The heater works great. This thing was sitting in a box in my carport for probably about 3.5 years. And it took a little bit of time to get it going last night. I tried it out because it's been warm here. So last night got a little bit cool. And the only thing I've got to do is figure out the remote control. I don't know if it's got a low battery or if it's not connecting through Bluetooth or something. So I got to read the manual on that. But manually adjusting it works fine. Made these straps up for, I got these on Amazon, just some cheap basic ratchet straps for all the propane tanks. And so this one runs down to the walk. Just, throw it in there, just to give you an idea. You can put like a barbecue or something here, but you got plenty of surface place to prep food. You got that one, and then that's this one down here. Let's see, moving on to the inside. I still have, this was a mess in here. This was such a mess, as usual, when you're wiring and stuff. So here's the battery bank. So it's just basically same. I got 2 of these in the cab of the truck. They're just these mini lead time batteries. They work pretty good, no complaints. They're fairly light, they're fairly small. But if you have a camper that doesn't have a lot of room, they're great, and you can lay them on their side or whatever. However way you can get them in there. But so this turned out, it's kind of difficult to make these lines up when you're laying everything out. I actually put a little bit of Armaflex in between each one to kind of give it some cushion. Let's see. So the I did buy one of these voltmeters here on Amazon, and these really are terrible. You can't really read them real well. I've got blue because the refrigerator shines blue as well. It's kind of a nice little ambiance in here at night with the blue. So, but you can't read this at all. And my goal was I wanted to read that through the door, looking in if I need to. So, but yeah, don't get these ones. Get these ones right here, or whatever else you want, but just stay away from them round ones. Let's see, inverter works great, plugged in. So I'm glad that my microwave works just fine. The air conditioner works really good. Somebody made a comment on these knobs. I tore this knob apart and I lubed it up, but it didn't help a lot. A little bit. It did. Obviously, it's working better now. But the way they're kind of designed, he was saying that if you push in, they kind of pop out a little ways, and then you can grab it with your fingers and pull it out. And that works. I have had that happen before, but this one wasn't allowing me to do that. It wasn't coming out far enough. So what I noticed is if you push your finger in, and then you like point one direction, and then you push that, direction, it'll actually kind of unlatch it. This one's not doing it now, of course, because I'm filming. There we go. Anyways, but I did notice that after playing with it and looking at how it works, that it has to be kind of pushed a little bit, the little button. I hung the wave heater here, and look at this. This is just not, it's just gonna rub. I mean, this is not, I just don't like this at all. So yesterday I spent some time in this thing. I paid like 40 bucks for this dumb cover, thinking it was going to be so nice. So anyways, I made a cover. I finished it today. So let's see if I can put this over here. There we go. So a little bit better, a little cleaner looking, and it allows the drawers to come out no problem, so it doesn't get in the way. And I just made that out of like aluminum, and I just took 2-inch aluminum and then welded a piece in the middle, and then body worked it. Let's see. So there is a switch under here, right here, if you can see it. So anyways, this switch, this goes to the hot water heater, and what I have out there is I have it to where if I need to, say I don't have access to propane, I'm running low, then I can go ahead and install one of these heating elements where the anode rod is. So I can just pull that out, put this in, and then I did a quick just bullet connectors, and then I turn on that switch, and then I can have hot water. This is like a 200 watt heating element, so it works pretty good. I think I've played with them before a little bit, and they seem to be pretty cool. But I know that's going to take away the purpose of the anode rod. So I'm just going to chuck this back in here. One thing I want to show you is, well, let me show you out here real fast. The inverter. So the inverter is hardwired. So your shore power goes in to your main circuit breaker, okay, or that's where it would go, the main circuit breaker. And then what I did is I followed it in, and then I used this wire here. This is 12.3, and I ran it into the same circuit. And then what you have to do, though, if you're going to do that, because some people just plug an extension cord in to their shore power, but if you do that, you're going to start charging your batteries using your already onboard charger here. So so you have to install another breaker, and then take your black lead from your charger and then wire it here and then keep it off. So, and then if you hook up shore power, you have to disconnect your inverter, otherwise you'll backfeed into the inverter and it'll smoke it. So got to be kind of like cognizant of that. So that's about it from there. Let's see. I did hang up one of these guys. They're really awesome. I got these on Amazon. I have one in the house, and they work really good. They just, another thing is too that I got spare that I haven't put in here yet is these valves. These valve assemblies are all plastic inside, but if you look around, you can find ones that are made for RVs, but they're all brass. So, and I wound up finding a couple of those. I had added a soap holder there as well. So that one, I did that before. So let me show you up above the solar panels here. All right, so here we go. So this is, I basically have, I don't have stairs, a ladder coming up the back like a lot of RVs have. So I kind of like that. I don't want anything up here, anybody up here. And so my only access up here is through this skylight. It opens all the way. So I have a 100 watt, and then 4 130 watt panels. I had a couple 200 watt panels, and when I was testing them before I installed them, I noticed that the 130 watt, these are made by EcoWorthy. These were actually putting out a little bit higher voltage than the 200 watt. So I was like, well, I'm not going to, and the other 200 watts were kind of a no-name brand. So anyway, so I did use the Turnabond. So I laid it down first. Of course, I had to wash the roof because it was filthy. After sitting for a few years, it just got real dusty. And surprisingly, the panel over there, as dusty as it was still providing enough power to power up that freezer in the cab. So I was kind of surprised that even the dust still allowed it to work properly. It was still pumping out about 21 volts. So the Eternabond, so after cleaning the roof and then finding the place, I laid out where they were going to be going, and then I would took rubbing alcohol and clean the surface real well where the tape was going to go, and then I took some of that plastic cardboard stuff, that corrugated plastic, like 1/8 inch thick, and I went under every one of these. And after I got done, then I went over with a heat gun, and then I would just heat it up, and then press it in real good. And because if you try to do it while you're laying it and heating it up with the heat gun as you're installing it, it can get kind of messy and gooey. And so I found it to be better just to install it first and then come back with a heat gun. And then the corners, some people were complaining on the corners. A lot of people were saying that they were getting moisture in on these corners where they overlap. So I just put a little bead of silicone there on every corner. And, they say that it's good to leave one end open so that water can come out, but I can't do that because this roof is sloped right here. So it's really not feasible. And then you can't do it in the front because then you got the wind coming in, and that's a potential. I always finish off the last one overlapping. This is the last one I lay so that the wind doesn't pick up the lip there. So that's about it. I don't have a lot of solar panels, but it's enough. I mean, I ran the AC unit for for a while just to make sure everything worked, and I'm not really too impressed with these little window units. It didn't like cool down the whole camper real well. It was like a day, it was 93 inside the camper, and it took a while to start finally kind of cooling it a little bit. But if you lay on the floor or you're sitting at the table, the dinette table, area, then it blows on you. It's pretty good. It's not too bad at all. So, but at least it's something I can use off grid. I mean, this thing has an AC unit already. If I want to plug into shore power, that'd be fine. But I wanted something to be totally off grid. And that is about it. Made sure I sealed everything. And I think that's about it for this. I'm going to wrap this one up. I freshened up all this stuff back here. This was all kind of nasty and gross. And there's my plate number if you guys want to know where I live. Anyways, and then here I went ahead and rewired this because I was only getting half my lights working. So I just got a new connector there and went through all this stuff. And so that's all good to go. So I'm going to put this all back together and try to start using it here shortly. But any questions, just let me know. And I think so far I'm pretty happy with it. I did weigh it. It came in, the camper weighed in at 3,180 pounds. So not too bad. I'm kind of surprised, that, and it's going to be pushing it, adding water, trying to fill up that tank inside. I may just kind of do a little test here and there, fill it up halfway. But I mean, I got 4 propane tanks on board. Those are pretty heavy. And the other 2, they're like up in here in this area. So I think, yeah, the only thing I would have changed so far is just making the bed just maybe a 1/2 inch narrower or something like that. That would be probably it. So that's it. All right, I guess you guys take care, and I'll be starting another project this fall. Maybe I'll record some of that one, and it'll be kind of another camper, not a camper, but kind of an off-road, I guess you'd call it a camper survival type vehicle. So anyways, I'll make a little video on that or something one time. So you guys take care, have a good week. Bye.